I'm Owen Bigland. This is the Inside Edge video blog. Okay, every now and again, as you guys know, I like to go into the MLS and just have a look at some listings and some of the things that people and sellers are doing wrong. I'm not going to give you the specific addresses on these, of course, but just some things that, shouldn't be happening, to be honest. Just you're not hiring the right realtor here, perhaps, or a lot of times it's just the seller. That's the thing. I mean, you've got to hire a realtor that can be honest with you. All sellers, of course, and who wants to get the best price for their home, and let's list it at this. But it has to be grounded in it has to be realistic. You can't just name a price at the top of your head and hope we get that price. It has to be based on comparables. What other units have sold for recently in your building or in the neighborhood? That's what we call a comparative market analysis. So your pricing has to be based on facts in what the market is currently doing. Sure, you can always test the market. In some cases, maybe you've got some renovations or a better view, so you factor all those things in. But you also want to factor in, where is the market going? It's not a big deal to maybe slightly overprice a home when the market is trending up, because in another month or two, the market will catch up to that price and you'll get it sold. But you've got to be very, very careful when you're pricing something overpriced in a down market. And that's where we are right now. Make no bones about it. Sales are down. Good quality one-bedroom condos, and even two beds priced under $1 million, are still pretty good. As a matter of fact, the good quality one beds are still in a seller's market, in a pretty strong seller's market if it's a real high-quality strata. But the luxury condo market, or things priced over $2 million, $3 million, that's a totally different game. Interest rates have really are going to start taking a toll, and I would argue that they haven't even been fully baked in yet. There's always a delayed effect to these interest rate hikes. But of course, you get sellers that are holding out for a price that is just not going to be there. And it's kind of what I call being one step behind the market. And you're just kind of chasing it down instead of getting in front of it. And getting in front of it, you've got to be you've got to be truthful. This is where the market is going. It's dropping 1 or 2% every month. We've got to get in front of that. You've got to get in front of some of the competition if you want to get it sold. If you're serious about getting it sold. Otherwise, you're just going to continue to chase this market down, because I think in this market, let's call this, we're going to give you some ideas here with luxury condos. I think we are going to be in a slow descent here for 2023. So if you want to sell a condo like that, get a good realtor and look at the stats, look at the comparables, and price it correctly in a down market, which is going to continue to drift lower here. So I'll give you a couple of prime examples of just chasing the market down. This is a luxury condo, 2 years old. They bought it for $4.1 million in June of 2020. Immediately put it on the market in June of 2020 for $6 million. I know this building. There are no comps that support a $6 million price. June of 2020, market was still wishy-washy from COVID. It was somewhat starting to get a little bit of light here, but it was still a little bit down. They kept it at that price through until January of 2021, and then reduced it to $5.4 million. Now, January of 2021, market was good. We were out of COVID. People were buying homes. Interest rates were rock bottom. I mean, you could get a variable rate then at 1.3, 1.4%, but they're still too high here at 5.3. You see, they're trying to make money. They paid 4.2, I want to make a profit on it, but there was nothing grounding that price at all. And could be the seller, maybe the realtor just didn't want to, be honest with them on where they are with pricing. For me, I wouldn't take that listing. I would say, this is where we need to be priced. I'll do my best. I will get you the best possible price based on the current market conditions. But I'm not a miracle worker. We're not going to get $1 million more than what this unit is worth. It's not going to happen. Just take it off the market if you don't want to sell it. This continued on. It was on the market. They reduced it a couple of small reductions. And then in June of 2021, they actually they reduced it all down now to $4,888 in the summer of 2001. Summer of 2001, boy, strong market. But there's still just under $5 million on this unit, paid $4.1. It's the pricing just isn't there. Then in August of 2021, dog days of summer, odd time, they reduced it $1 million to $3.9 million. Now, this was done to try and get a bidding war. They priced it deliberately low now to see if we can get a bidding war. But this is done in late summer. Not the best time to be trying that. And those type of tricks, let's call them, the price it low, watch it grow, artificially low to create a bidding war, that works in a one bedroom at $700K or $650. Does not work on a $4 million unit. And it didn't work. A week later, they bumped it up back up to $4,988,000. This has continued on here. I mean, we're now into June. Oh, this one was good too. It went until August of 2021. Sorry, October 2021. They were at 4.988. They terminated it and then relisted it in April of 2022 at 5.988. So $6 million. They went back up $1 million. This makes no sense. And the unit now is tenanted. They've put a tenant in it. It's been vacant for the last year. Couldn't sell it. Let's put a tenant in it, which compounds the problem. Now you've got a tenant in there on a fixed term lease. But why would you raise? Now interest rates are starting to go up in April of 2022, and now you bumped your price up $1 million. So it's just, it goes on and on here. They're currently now currently listed at $5,988,000 with a tenant in it, and interest rates are, have spiked up 400 basis points since then. So I'm not sure why this is on the market, to be honest. This would never be a listing of mine. Why? You're just running days on market. Take it off the market, Mr. Seller. You're not going to sell it. And you're just keeping this thing on the market, building up 500 days on market here, 600 days on market total. Not a good move. A couple other quick ones. Another one here, same kind of thing. This building is only just over a year old. They paid $2,975,000 for it. They immediately, and that was in May of 2022, they immediately put it on the market as soon as they completed at 3.5. Interest rates are starting to go up here. So now they've kind of followed it down. They've been slowly doing reductions on it. In July, they reduced it to $3,190,000. So now with their PTT and their GST that they paid and their commissions, they're probably breaking even. Now they've, in October of 2022, they reduced it to $2,990,000, but still too high. And now, of course, interest rates have spiked up huge. So you're one step behind it here, maybe 2 steps behind it. I would say to a seller like this, you're not going to get that price. I'm just being straight up with you here. Here are the comparables. This is what's currently selling at price per square foot that's comparable to yours, same kind of floor height. Here's some of the other units that have successfully sold in your strata. This is a big strata, 270 units. So there's comparables. If you don't want to cut the price and get in front of this a little bit, then just take it off the market. Why build up these days on market? And especially these other one here where now they put a tenant in it, which is just, why? Now the unit is going to show terrible. You're selling a $4 million, $5 million unit with a tenant in it. Nobody wants to buy it. It's not going to look great. It's not going to show up to its full potential. You're just kind of wasting your time. One other one here. This is a property, leasehold land out in UBC. I've done blogs on these ones before. I don't get these. You guys know I'm not very big on buying leasehold land. As a matter of fact, don't buy it. Don't buy leasehold properties. They don't appreciate. This is a nice development, nice quiet area in Westbrook Village, but the value is just not here. This is a new condo pre-sale. Won't be completed till the end of 2023, so another year to go on this. 553 square feet, no parking, for asking $828 plus GST on that. So with your PTT and everything else, you're up around $900,000 for a 530 square foot, 1 bed, no parking. Don't buy this. I mean, there's going to be some buyers for this, but these leasehold properties, again, they don't appreciate. I gave you guys a story. I sell leasehold property. I won't buy them. I won't represent my buyers on them. I'll try and talk them out of it. But I sell these. I had a property, it was a 3-bed, 2-bath that I sold in Westbrook Village just over a year ago. And it was an estate sale. The son was the owner. It was his mom's home. Nice unit. It was 11 years old, about 1,400 square feet, 2 parking spaces in Westbrook Village. Nice unit, but it's leasehold. And these are tough to sell. It probably took me, I think, the better part of 3 months to sell this, multiple price reductions. The market was pretty good just over a year ago. Interest rates were rock bottom, but it's the leasehold factor on this. We ended up selling it. After commission, she held that property for about 11 years. They made a little bit of money after commissions, about $50K. To give you an example, if Mrs. Smith, let's call her, if she would have 11 years ago, instead of buying that home out in leasehold in Westbrook Village, if I could have sold her a 2-bed, 2-bath in Kerrisdale or Kitsilano, somewhere on the west side, for around that same price, and sold it 11 years later, she would have had a $250,000, $300,000 capital gain instead of a $20,000 capital gain. But that's what leasehold land does. But people buy them. There's a buyer for everything, as they always say. But that's a tall price for leasehold. So that, you're going to see a lot of this one step behind the market, especially on luxury condos. If you've got a luxury condo, over $2 million, over $3 million, consult a realtor on this. Get the pricing right. Realize that that market is in a descent right now. I don't think the bottom is going to completely fall, but it's in a slow descent. And I would say that the current interest rates have not been fully baked into your prices yet. So get in front of it. Try and get in front of it if you want to get it sold. If you don't and you're not serious about it, don't list it. Wait another year or two. Eventually these interest rates will level off. Maybe we only get 1 or 2 more hikes here. Hopefully they'll give us a little more notice on where they see rates going. And who knows, some people are calling for maybe the rates to start coming down later this year or next year. That would be the time to then put it on the market and try and get it sold. But you've got to be in front of it here. And you're going to see a lot of that, kind of chasing it one step behind the market instead of getting in front of it. Got to trust your realtor on that. Look at the numbers, look at the CMA, look at the comparables. I'm Owen Bigland. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.